Hi, this is w8s, the on-chain orchestrator. In Web 2, we can see the orchestrating of different applications has been pretty easy with Docker and maintaining them as well. But what about Web 3? Maintaining your different APIs and smart contract and their addresses on different chain has been a mess and it has been always to be done manually. So what if we can build composable AI agents out of the contract itself? Let's see how it works. And also, how does we maintain the security of it? As we can see here, there's a analysis by Mithril, which is a security analysis tool by consensus. It says that the analysis was completed successfully and no issues were detected for the contract. But if we take a look into the contract, we can see the transfer method doesn't allow to send tokens to someone else. That means you're locked and have been scammed. But technically, this isn't a logical issue. That's why it goes past through those kind of analysis. But how we do it? To solve this, let's say first we need starting from the contract itself. For this, we need a real-time orchestration and monitoring with AI agents. We can see with this AI agent, we can generate test and cover edges not by only going through the logical stuff, by also going through if there are any vulnerabilities which can occur when the user is trying to interact with it. And also with this AI agent, the contracts are automatically deployed into multiple addresses at required by the deployer, and also the contracts are stored on a decentralized storage like Walrus. And all of this report is attested to the EAS service along with the UID that is generated. And this UID will be used as an identifier for the smart contract itself and can be called as the smart contract image. And we can see in the EAS all these have been recorded and attested by the deployer. Next, with this contract image, we can see sending transaction is pretty easy. This smart contract image, that is the UID created during the attestation, can work as the AI agent containing all the details that is specific to that contract. And given it to the prompt, combining it, we can create any transaction just by giving a prompt and it will be pretty accurate given that the AI agent is trained on the specific contract. Let's see how it works. First, the prompt is decoded by another prompt agent and then goes through various vulnerabilities, vulnerability check, which we will go through later. Next, in case you found a vulnerability while interacting with a contract, how will you work with it? You can just simply explain your vulnerability as a prompt. Like in the case of that ERC20 smart contract, we have a vulnerability agent in which you can give a prompt that your tokens had been locked and you can't transfer it out. After the agent gets it, it will decode, and inside the TE provided by the lead protocol can generate a test scenario and run the test inside it. And if the AI generated tests are accurate and it fulfills the scenario that the user has mentioned, it will be verified by the AVS operator and the attestation will be generated against the smart contract image, which we can see from our live dashboard that multiple complaints can be provided and available publicly. Hence, this data can be used by the prompt agent that is used to generate transactions and can check if the smart contract is safe to interact with it or not. Next, we can go over the architecture once, how it works. If it is for the developer, we got the deployed agent, which is run by the coverage agent and the test agent. The coverage agent goes through the test which has been previously written and checks if all the branches, lines of the Solidity smart contract has been covered or not. And for the test agent, it generates pretty much scenarios which can be vulnerable for the user, as well as it checks for any test which has been forcefully passed to get 100% test passing. This has been run in between the T that is provided by the NET protocol and all the AI generated parts have been going through 2 out of 3 consensus. That means the AI generated content have been provided by 3 nodes, and at least 2 nodes have to create the same content and pass through the same computation as well. And after this has been done, the content and the test of the TE has been signed by the TE operator, and then it has been verified by the ABS operator as well. Once all this is done, the TE sends the smart contract, the ABI, and all the other related details to the decentralized storage at Walrus, and the smart contract image that has been generated while adjusting to the EAS, all the details have been posted on the contract image. And from the side of the user agent can send a prompt. The prompt agent can decode and then send it to a vulnerability agent. The vulnerability agent will fetch the smart contract image and get all the details from the decentralized storage and check from the EAS that if the data has been there, if any vulnerability related data has been there or not. If it exists, it will prompt the user that it is risky to interact with such smart contract. And if the user finds out that there has been some vulnerabilities or they have been scammed, like previously, they can prompt to the hard hat agent mentioning the scam or the issue that has been faced by the user. It will decode the prompt and generate test case based on the scenario. It will set up a local hard hat environment and run the test and verify the vulnerability. And if the tests are succeeded accordingly, and if the agent sees that the test do prove there has been a vulnerability inside it, and it has to be run inside the TE as well. So at least 2 out of the 3 nodes have to produce such test and attest that the vulnerability exists. If such thing exists, it will take up the data and it will post to the EAS attesting that the vulnerability exists against the specific smart contract image, and it will be shown publicly. And hence that covers the whole architectural diagram of the composable AI agents that can be used across all the stacks, uh, being it the developer or the user, while orchestrating along different facets of the Web3 interaction, let it be the deployments or interacting with the smart contract itself. So that is it about W8s. Thank you.